Welcome to Jasiri and to a very special edition of Hot Topics Special Friday. It's the final one for the year, and what a journey it has been since we kicked off Jasiri. Now today we're doing what we do best, which is looking at some of the week's biggest trending stories and sharing our perspectives, because we've got 4 women who have a lot to say. And this is Nigeria. We definitely don't want to end the year quiet. But since today is the last Hot Topic special for the year, we are keeping it to just us ladies. As we get started, so we are ending. We've brought you groundbreaking moments, trending sound bites, heated debates, and everything in between. So welcome once again. It's the last Hot Topic special Friday for 2024.
I don't know, I just had goosebumps with that Toulouse very beautiful intro. Thank you, lady. All right, now we're starting with an update on the Ibadan Stampede that claimed the lives of 35 children. A Chief Magistrate Court sitting in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, on Tuesday, remanded Naomi Silekunola Ogunwusi, the ex-wife of the Ooni of Ife, Abdullah Fasasi, principal of Islamic High School, Bashorin Ibadan, and Oriyomi Hamzat, the owner of a private radio station in Ibadan at the Agodi Correctional Center in Oyo State. They have been charged with conspiracy and murder linked to the tragic stampede. 6 others were also arrested with them, but released on Monday night. The remaining 3 are facing a 4-count charge. The prosecution alleged that the trio played a role in the events leading to the stampede that turned the celebration into a tragedy. They have pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The case has been moved for further hearing till January the 14th, 2025. Naomi Silekunola, mother, has been begging for mercy for her daughter, calling on the president and others to intervene.
So just a quick translation of what her mom said. Her mom is asking that anybody and everyone who can help should please come to her help, that it was just something, a charity that her daughter came to do, that this is not the first time she's done it. She's done it before, that she just wanted to do charity and give away in Ibadan, that please people should not look at her, should not watch her while she's in this state, and people should come to her aid and to her rescue in helping to get her daughter out of jail. Lola, did I miss anything in just the
yes,
summary?
She's been doing it for about 10 years.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it's 10. I've been trying to count.
Sorry.
Hey. That's just basically, she's just lamenting that people should help, that wasn't their intention. That they did not mean for that to happen.
That they've gone around and helped pregnant women.
Yes, the elderly as well. Yes, yes.
It's an unfortunate accident.
I don't. Let's wait. Let's put the whole story together. Kat, I think we have another video on this.
Yep. So Nollywood actor Femi Branch now is questioning who the real culprits are in this situation. He also questioned what the responsibility of the parents were in this situation. Let's take a listen.
We understand the root cause of this matter is there is hunger in the land. But is it hunger that will make you to endanger the life of your child, throwing your child over the fence? Into how bad is that hunger? I think we are sick. We are not well as a people. We are not all right. Do you understand? I think we're not all right. And if you look at these people that are guilty of this, these people that were throwing their children, it's not like they don't have food to eat. I mean, I know that things are bad, but if we investigate each and every one of those people, it is not that it is so bad that they do not have anything to eat at all, as in they are totally gone. Do you understand? Because what exactly did they want to give you that you felt the life of your child, I mean, didn't have meaning enough for you to throw the child over the fence? Say Spider-Man over the fence. And now the poor organizers who are trying to be a blessing are now arrested, charged to court. So what exactly is going on? What is going on? Because don't tell me that you're just trying to make an example on it. To what end? To what end exactly? Because we really need to be very, very careful, because see, we're setting a very, very terrible antecedent here. I mean, very terrible precedents. Pardon my grammar. Do you understand? We need. Look, I think people need to speak up about this. Why are those parents? Why have the police not fished out all those parents that threw their children over the fence and also charged them? Because as far as I'm concerned, they are the offenders. An event is supposed to start for 10. What business do you have there being there overnight? These are the people that the police are supposed to arrest and investigate and question, not the organizers.
So there's just a lot, because yes, we're finding out that in fact the Stampede actually happened before the event was meant to happen.
To start.
So people have been camping out overnight at the location. From everything we've gotten from what he has said, her mom and her sister and other people have said, even the organizers, it was meant to start at 10. Security was supposed to get there at 8, but people had camped out the night before and were already putting their children inside the car.
I even heard that the incident happened between 4 and 7.
Yes,
4 a.m. in the morning and 7.
Yes.
So that makes it a different conversation then,
honestly.
Because you will not fault the security that were not meant to be there at the time. I understand that, like he said, I understand that people were hungry, but it's desperation. You would not blame it on the people who have obviously planned the event, planned what time they'll be there to secure the place, and did not see this mammoth crowd coming in any instance. So
honestly, some of those parents are culpable actually, because I do not understand why you are throwing your child over the wall. What would you want to gain? They're not supernatural. Can they fly? You know, people just ask. I don't know what would. How did you think the child was going to survive land? You don't know what is on the other side. Maybe somebody did it, and the child said, "Mommy, what did else? You know, maybe just landed well." Say, this person threw their child, and the child is okay. Wow.
So the Femi's video is a longer video, but I took out the part where he was calling the parents out. But he talked about the fact that he heard, and we're not sure, that one of the kids that was actually lifted into the compound or thrown into the compound fell on his head.
They said the child died instantly.
Yes. So there's a large, when we had the conversation on this table at least 2 or 3 times in the past 1 week, a lot of people have said poverty. I've said it's not just a poverty thing. This conversation is not just a poverty thing. Why are you camping out the night before? Okay, so people are even saying Oriyomi is the owner of the radio station that partnered. He's not, and he's been saying he's not necessarily an organizer. He's the one who gave them a platform to advertise it. He's now also charged with conspiracy and murder as well. He actually went on radio and was telling people, stop coming. But they were already there from the night before into the early morning. It has to. We have to look at it holistically at this point in time. But there's also some more context. So we can't forget that after the Ibadan Stampede, there were, of course, unfortunate incidences in Okija, Anambra State, and in Abuja as well that also led to fatalities. Now, these incidents continue to ask that we look inwards. There have been people saying that this is because people are hungry and that poverty is to blame, and many people are looking at President Bola Tinubu due to the hardship in the country. But an event happened recently in Lagos showing that what I have been saying might just be onto something when it comes to how we as a people behave. As one of the concerts for Dirty December took place on Wednesday, there was a near stampede. Take a look at this video. Video. There was a video of a concert that happened at Eco Hotel. I think it's one of the concerts that was lined up this past week. And it was a concert, there wasn't even just, so you know, we've been to events at Eco Hotel. They've separated out the two entrances. So regular enters from inside the hotel, then VIP enters from the one close to one of the other hotels. If you see the crowd, and then the lady was, I think she was in a hotel and she was taking the video and looking down. You can see the rush of people pushing in. She's saying, look at all of them. And this is VIP. Oh, there's going to be a stampede. VIP behavior. And we're saying VIP. VIP tickets start from 50,000. They start from 100,000. Is that poverty? Is the behavior that poverty?
Nigerian on the first story that we took in the introduction, you know, when you were giving your submissions, because I was waiting for it to come together like this. When Tolu says it's not a poverty conversation, it's not poverty that is doing us, it is plain bad behavior. This behavior that we have nurtured our children to go through, the same behavior that makes us not able, not having the capacity even to stand in line at the banks, when you're queuing for fuel, when you're waiting for the bus, when you're at the airport, at your gate, waiting to travel. It is that same bad behavior that we call ourselves Nigerian with. We see it as a thing of pride. We are Nigerians, we are loud, we are aggressive. It's just who we are. And now we are passing that on to children. You're pushing your child over the wall that, no, okay, run, make sure you get there so that they can save a space. You are sending your child there early. You're going to an event even when it's VIP, even when you want to comport and organize yourself and stand. There are people pushing you and telling you, can't you move forward? If you don't move forward, can you just step aside? Let us move. And so, and that voice is more overwhelming than the voices of those who want to follow the right order.
So again, and this is me playing the devil's advocate, but can we say it's a lack of distrust in the system? Because we've seen several times where even if you pay to guarantee your spot for something, it's not 100% guaranteed. You can get there and they'll say, oh, friends of friends, they gave your seat to this one, and you're like, but I paid for this. Because I'm trying to wrap my head around why, regardless of how guaranteed it is that you would enter into a door, everybody will still be pushing to enter that door.
And some will tell you that even the Bible will say that since the days of John the Baptist, the violent taken by force. But there are some forceful things that you do that just borders on stupidity, you know. And I did see a video this morning, I wish I just pushed it into our group, where somebody just opened the boot of their car to start a giveaway. They have not even gotten out of their car. You understand?
I've seen it. People are coming and snatching from all sides.
They have to come down from their car to push down. You understand?
It's that gregarious
it is greed.
behavior.
And let me tell you, because I've done charity work, I still do it. I have an NGO. Do you know what people really do this thing for? They want to come multiple times. So the quicker they get in, the more they can circle back, change their clothes, and come back on the line.
Like I said, if more people, listen, it's a ripple effect thing. If more people, the same way I say here, if more people said no to bribes or being bribed by people in government or people in top positions that you feel that, okay, the more we say no to certain things, the more we as the people say no, the more that can take effect. We can be badly behaved as much as we want. We may have inherited it from our parents and grandparents. It might be a generational trend of something, but the moment you step up and say, no, I'm not to do again, if a number of people say no and stand, they cannot force you.
Let's listen. Let's take the video from the beginning and play the sound.
Wow.
See the video. See the number of people that do not have time for Davido tickets, and this is VIP. There is going to be stampede here tonight. Guys, there's going to be stampede. See the video. See the number of people that do not have time for Davido tickets, and this is VIP. There is going to be stampede here tonight. Guys, there's going to see the video. See the number of people do not have tags for Davido tickets, and this is VIP. There is going to be Stampede here tonight. Guys, there's going to be Stampede.
Oh, this is a law.
VIP.
So I want to, maybe somebody will say I'm drawing correlations that don't match. This is supposed to be VIP.
VIP.
entrance. I'm emphasizing again that VIP is, at this point, I'm making sure it wasn't even 50K.
Yeah.
It's even more. But let's even say 50K. Yeah. How many people can reach into their pockets right now in this country and take out 50K to go for a concert? Not a lot of us. So we're expecting that those are people who are likely a bit more educated. The elites. They're a bit more educated, more enlightened. They have excess money, so they should somehow know how to behave better. Was that comportment?
No,
was that
I wouldn't even be surprised if some of the IJGBs
is a Nigerian bad behavior. See, did you see a video of something that happened in London where they were pushing into one of those red buses? And of course somebody made a comment that they are bringing Nigeria into London. So why would that lady that talks bad about us not talk bad? You know, sometimes our bad behavior, we import it, we export it to other places. And sometimes you have no other name than what Catherine said. It's just bad Nigerian behavior where people just cannot follow protocol. If you've not shunted, you are not okay. And you know, people even support them.
See, but let me say something, right? I've been in situations where, and this is not even concert or anything, I'm talking about cues for something important. And I'm choosing, look, I'm not going to push through this crowd. I'm going to, and people are like, they know yourself.
And
like, and the sad truth is, I will end up not getting it.
Yes.
That's the sad reality. Like, it's not that when you, even if you wait for like 2 hours, eventually you get it. I will end up not, and then I go home feeling guilty. Why did I not push? Maybe
because
I just dulled myself.
Sharp in the Nigerian context.
Exactly.
And I want to point to something. We've all traveled. When you travel, you know, we know what our airports are like. What happens the minute the plane lands? It's like the airplane is reset. Nigerians know how to comport themselves. You will come off that plane and you will not from touchdown. When they tell you, please sit down and wait till the plane to finish taxiing, don't stand up. We won't. What happens when you're on the journey back? That plane is touching down like this. Nigerians are standing up. We're coming out of the plane.
Buckley standing up.
We know how to comport ourselves abroad. Don't drop trash abroad. You won't drop trash. Stay in line abroad, you stay in line abroad. Is it that we believe that those places deserve better types of people than we deserve in Nigeria?
I think, like I said, it's a Nigerian thing. And it says, when you reach your country, you can do as you want. If you are out of your country, then you can reset your brain. Do you know, I've traveled and I've been at the gate wherever it is you're coming from to Lagos, that leg, wherever it is to Lagos.
It's the atmosphere.
And I stay in another place until the flight is called, and then I move to the gate. And when I'm there and they ask me, are you Nigerian? I say no. Why? Because I don't want Chinedu or Gucci to start asking me, where are you coming from? Where are you going in Lagos? I just don't want that conversation. But that's me preserving myself. Why must we always be like that? You pass a gate. So a gate that has a gate.
Oh, no, let me tell you, what experience I had at Emirates, I was coming back into Nigeria. I would never forget, because I know for a fact that it's a Nigerian thing. Do you know that even the hair hostesses, they were ready for us as Nigerians, say, you Nigerians, you're unruly, you have no decorum. Yes, because you know our carry-on, it has a limit.
Yes, weight limit.
Nigerians were you know, they have like a thing you can put it in
to check it
and bring it out if they don't want to weigh it. So it shouldn't exceed it. My God, come and see all sorts of Ghana must go. You would think this is a bus we're about to go into. The million of people, the way we were rushing, the lady saying, please, can you wait? We would attend to everyone. All of us Nigerians, I just sat down. I was so ashamed, because half of the ladies there had to go into the toilet. People were wearing 7 clothings together because they were already overpacked. And they know this is how it is. When we now go to the gate, if you see the pushing, but thank God that there's nothing they can do. Those ladies
that is
stood
aside. In fact, if they're going and they check and they see you're not in your seats, they can even call airport wide to say, hello, where are you? Please come to gate so and so. The plane is not taking off without you most times. Okay, we're going to go on a break because we have more stories, but we have some reactions to this. Let's take one or two reactions because, again, at the end of the day, this is a conversation that intertwines who we are as a society. We continue to extend our sympathy and condolences to families that lost loved ones, that lost children, but also we think it's a wider conversation. So I think we have a reaction from Tolu Ogunwusi. Let's see if we can get that now. Okay, Tolu Ogunwusi, near Stampede last night, flight time concert in Lagos. VIP tickets apparently oversold, and then they tried to lock hordes of ticket holders out. Lots of pushing and shoving. Had a stampede happened, it wouldn't have been down to poverty. We need to do better with crowd control, and in parentheses, and that includes not overselling concert tickets. We had the Director General of the Lagos Safety Commission here. That was one thing. I said, we've been to events. They've oversold tickets. This is a massive issue. Then the lady who actually took the video yesterday, that's her tweet up. She said, I expected more outrage today, but like always, people are okay with being treated that way in Nigeria. I was disappointed and angry for wasting my time. We literally had to push our way inside to avoid being trampled on last night, and on entering it was too packed to move. Couldn't see anything that happened, just sound. Everyone just went home like that. She had 3 or 4 videos up. She had first video after entering while people were still waiting outside. Second video is minus the people outside. Fourth video is fake safety marshal holding and then further pushing the VIP ticket holder, and they sold more tickets than they had space for. Lagos State in particular has to start sanctioning venues for this issue. If he came here and he told us that each venue was measured during COVID and they have a space limitation for how many people you can take in, there must be sanctions applied. They're very lucky that there was not an injury at that event that happened in VI.
Thank God I didn't even plan to attend any of this.
Because you know that's what
you would have been so tired.
Like,
at home.
It's robbery. You know that not everybody can get in, but you're selling more tickets, and then people that paid so much money to get in, and people that even eventually got in. She was saying that they couldn't even see anything.
Did you see the
I saw the video.
It was so
video. The play. Let's go on a break. We have so much.
Okay, it's time to take a break because things are getting heated, and I know that that's how we roll for Hot Topic Special, but let's pause. When Jasiri continues on this last Hot Topic Special Friday for 2024, we're looking at the revived situation between Zlatan and Segun Waya, comments that Nollywood actor KOK made on one of News Central shows, and of course, the IJGB versus Naija Babes battle. So stay with us.
You're watching Jasiri, and I want to say award-winning, yes. But someone might say are we the first? They might say, are we the first to win awards? But I'm sorry, no concern me. But we know the work that goes behind the scenes and how we have taken feedback and criticism to be able to give you the outstanding show you get Monday through Friday. Oh, I know. I can't wait to see what we get into in 2025. But let's focus on our focus. I don't know if you guys have heard about Segun Waya. His name was trending alongside musician Zlatan this past week. Let me give you the breakdown on what is now a story of betrayal and forgiveness. I got into it myself personally. Zlatan discovered Segun Waya in his hood in 2016. He saw him on the road and stopped to talk to him. Let's take that video.
Iṣẹ́ wo ló fẹ́ ṣe tó bá dàgbà? Ibi àṣẹ yahoo yahoo ibẹ̀ máa tààtẹ́. Ó fẹ́ máa ṣe kí ni? Ibẹ̀ máa tààtẹ́. Ṣọpọ́ lọ́hùn. Wàá tọ̀lá. Wàlá ìtàlá. Ó fẹ́ máa ṣe yahoo yahoo.
Right, so the video went viral as people were amazed how a boy that young will want to be a Yahoo boy. When he said he wanted to do chache, which is a slang for Yahoo, Zlatan went to his mom and asked if Segun could come live with him, and the mother agreed. So Zlatan took him in, enrolled him in school, and was taking care of him. Segun Waya started getting some little fame from blogs, influencers, and artists. So not long after, Segun's mom felt she was being cheated. She said Zlatan was using her son's glory. She then took area boys to Zlatan's house. They beat him up, humiliated him. She removed Segun from Zlatan's care, thinking he was already famous and she could manage him herself. Unfortunately, things didn't turn out the way she expected, so they went broke not long after that. Fast forward to this year, a video of Segun Wire from this week speaking about how he dropped out of school and is just scrapping by renewed interest in the story.
Why to lọ sí school?
Sówó ni sà.
Àwọn parents ẹ̀ ń kọ́.
Olówó wà.
Kò sówó àti lọ sí school.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ sà.
Ó ga báwo.
So just clarity, he was 6 years old in the first video when he met Zlatan, and then this is from 2024. That video was 2016. Yes. My math is, he's still in his late teens now. And he says he's not going to school anymore, there's no money, that he's doing PA, that people send him on errands, like any work, what we use as any work. Now, in an interview with The Punch in March 2018, Zlatan said, and I quote, "I don't have much to say about the issue again because I have done what I needed to do. I have withdrawn my support. I just wanted to help him, but my image was tarnished. I withdrew because I just felt it is high time I lived my own life. I'm still a young boy. I have younger ones and parents too that need help. I have yet to get to where I want to be, so I just want to focus on myself for now. If you help someone and you got beaten for it, why won't you regret it? Before withdrawing my support for Segun, I thought about it thoroughly and I am not happy I took such a decision. Once you mean well and people don't appreciate it, it becomes hard for you to help others. But I don't think I will stop helping people generally. I will only be more careful when helping others because I have learned my lessons," end quote. Now, there is a video of the mother begging Zlatan to forgive her. A lot of Nigerians have said he should not even try it. Let's see what the mother was saying.
Dáríjì mi, mo mọ̀ pé mo ṣẹ̀, ṣàánú mi. Mọ́mí Ṣẹ́gun Wáyà ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ṣàánú mi torí Ọlọ́run. Ṣàánú mi, ṣàánú Ṣẹ́gun. Ṣàánú mi. Mo fọlọ́run bá bẹ̀ẹ́ torí Ọlọ́run ọba mímọ́, ìyà yìí pọ̀jù fún mi. Ìdààmú yìí pọ̀jù fún mi, ò ní rí dààmú Zlatan. Ò ní rí dààmú. Ṣàánú mi. Jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run Ṣẹ́gun Wáyà Zlatan. Ṣàánú mi. Ṣàánú mi, ó gbé Ṣẹ́gun padà, kó gbé mi náà padà. Ṣàánú mi. Ò ní rí dààmú, dààmú ò ní bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣàánú mi torí Ọlọ́run Zlatan. Ṣàánú mi, wọnú ilé tí mò ń gbé. Jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Ṣàánú mi, ìyà yìí pọ̀ fún mi. Ìyà yìí pọ̀ fún mi, Zlatan, ṣàánú mi.
Wait, now let me translate before we. Let me translate. Calm down. Let me. No, not everybody outside. Let me translate. So the woman is saying, because of God, please, Shanu me, have mercy on me.
But where was God?
Let me finish.
No,
don't look at me like this. I am Shegun.
Let's translate. Translation.
I am Segun Waya's mother. Please, for the love of God, please have mercy on me. Shanu me, mercy. No, because not everybody understands Yoruba. We have mercy on me. Please do not look at me. Please take us back in. Please.
To where?
Have mercy on me.
So now that you have translated, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
Please, Zlatan, Chebi, you have family. They better hold you. You know, I've done charity for so long that I know that people are ungrateful. If it is not that you do charity out of a passion to help, so when you do, just hands off. These kind of persons, they should be, you should give them a berth, a wide berth, because before you know it, they'll go and concord juju and come and kill the boy. I beg go, Zlatan.
This is a typical example of, you know, I'm sorry, but this is the kind of karma that I like to see. I'm sorry, I'm not deriving joy in her tears, but sort of it's making me happy because yes,
I love your
because you this is a typical example of you're not sorry because you did it, you're sorry because you got caught, but in this case because you got broker that you were broke before you. It's not enough that I know where she was when she started thinking that her son's glory was being used.
Which glory?
It was people in her head.
That's
people that were in your head.
Okay,
But I'm not even pissed at that. The fact that you now organize area boys
to beat
him up, bruh.
It was too, Catherine, before I say my own.
Madam, it's okay. It's all over, Jackie. It's all right. It's okay.
I beg.
That ship has sailed.
That's sailed.
I hope so.
Body. If I was Zlatan's mother, even
I would never allow him.
I will disown you.
No, I feel a lot for the boy because his situation as a consequence of his parents' decision or his mom's decision. I don't know about the father. They don't mention a father in this, but it's a consequence of his guardian's decision. And I strongly believe that thing that Blessings is saying. I strongly believe that people started because what's his name? Olamide used his line when he was talking about what he wanted to do in one of his songs. And so he, he's on the blogs, he's following Zlatan to shows, he's in school. He wasn't even living with Zlatan, he was actually in boarding school, would come home, Zlatan would visit him, things like that. And so we know ourselves. Somebody started saying, what are they giving
and
you?
they would like to have that they're making money.
The sense of entitlement sits on them.
What
Someone is paying your son's school fees. He's feeding him. He's upkeeping him.
Even if you're not getting anything, even if you are not getting it, you're
still want an education for your child.
You're going too far. You know the people with the urgent 2K need.
Yeah.
I beg, just urgent 2K, I'll give you back, and they never do. And they feel that they're entitled to come to you after 5 days. I've said it before, there are people who have a business. 5 days in a week, they pencil 5 people to ask for money, 10K. Yeah. So they 10K a day, they just have people.
Or at least one person,
Yeah. So they do that with such entitlement. Pay. How far good morning? How far good morning? Please, can you give me 3K? Please, can you? They do with such entitlement. I'm now broadening the entitlement napkin. It's because it is entitlement. Yeah. People feel as if you owe them. I prayed for a helper. God brought you to me as a helper.
So you should now came across
bite the hand of your helper and remove his entire hand.
In maybe 15 million chance, Zlatan came across your son. For some reason, he stopped. He rolled down his window. He engaged your son. 1 in a 20 million chance. Yeah. And he says, I'm going to help him.
Do you know how bad the situation could have been for your son to even have been saying Mufe Shashe at that age?
6 years old.
Look at the mother.
So let's even talk. So let's ask about the environment that the boy is growing up in. So I would love to hear something I would love to hear what someone like a Femi Branch would say about this situation now. So where I'm even going is, as you look at this situation, someone recently tweeted and said someone asked them for money, they sent 20K. For 2 days, he didn't hear back from the person. That's another thing. You ask for something and somebody gives you. People have, I don't understand. It's like we lack manners in this country now. People don't know how to say thank you. They don't know how to give back. Even to say, yes, I received it. Thank you. He now called the person 2 or 3 days later and said, did you get the money? The person now said, 20K is not enough to buy chicken. I said, okay, pin. It's not enough to. Do you know what it took? And I don't know if social media is to blame because people are looking at our lifestyles. They look at us talking now and say, what are we talking about? They think we have all the money in the world. I don't have money. I swear, no matter. I don't have money.
See my DM. I tell people, I said,
I don't have money.
When I see somebody, you're doing okay now. I said, I have 4 children, 5 because I have 1 by adoption. And I still have other children that are not my biological children that I do things for. What do you think I do? And then somebody came to ask me for 5 million or something for. Hey, somebody even wrote he was developing app.
So it's you that will be investing. So
I'm like,
Tier 1.
Do you know, especially in this part of the world, once you start working, people feel like you have everything under control. And that's why, no matter how much money, recently, one of my elder sisters, apparently she sent me some money. I didn't see it because of my bank issues. And then I could understand, because she didn't want to get mad, but she mentioned it subtly, and I felt so bad because I know what that money would do for me. People don't understand that because you're earning salary does not mean that you don't need that assistance. But a lot of people will just trivialize it. So I understand why she might have felt the way she felt. Maybe she was thinking I felt how much is the money. But bro, in this economy, any amount is something.
Even me, anybody that sends me money, if you see the worship and adoration,
I use people that even tell you, oh, please lend me. I will give you back. Forget
went to a store, bought perfumes, was buying things for her children, and she bought perfumes for my kids. I can't buy it, but she bought it. I couldn't afford it at that time. I sent video. All of them were speaking English in that video to her. Say thank you to her. I said, God bless you, mommy. God bless your children.
Honestly.
No, because you teach people appreciation.
So as our appreciative factors have gone down, our entitlement factors have
gone up.
Yes.
I send my child back. So Corey comes to the office. She comes to this office. People are giving. I'm like, who gave you? Go back, and they'll tell me, oh no, she has said thank you. And I'm saying, okay,
yes,
good
so
for you. You've said because I do not understand the point of not being able to say thank you. You do not know the pockets that people are bringing things from. You do not know the issues that people have in themselves that they say, okay, let me shake body small. Even if it's 10K. That 10K is 10K that nobody has come to your living room to dance.
Honestly, and do you get? And this thing that Catherine said is so true. See, if you ask me for money, I can dash you if I have. But if you say borrow me 500 naira, the way if you don't return that money,
I know you have no.
Do you know? Yes, I will tell me the type of person you are.
And then you now pretend like you forgot.
No, they write it off. Then when you ask, you're not because
you know, I had an issue with someone after about 6 months. And I had to call the person's friend. I'm like, this person is owing me. If you know how much that money is, I mean, no money is small money, but it was not even anything to. And I'm like, this person is owing me money. And the person now calls me after not picking my calls for 6 months and said,
you went to report.
Amount, you went to report. I'm like, okay.
Did somebody else give you the social amount? The audacity.
Go and steal 1,000 naira in the market.
Let's go for reactions because the next story, I don't know what's going to happen on this table. We have reactions to this Latin and Segun Wire situation, particularly with the mother begging for forgiveness. Let's take some of those reactions now. Okay, someone said this most annoying thing. The most annoying thing is his parents were very poor when Zlatan helped the family. Segun does not even like going to school and he's very stubborn. He helped the family out of poverty and they made it a worse situation after. I just hope Zlatan forgives him. We'll talk about the difference. Zlatan doesn't owe Segun Wire anything at all. He was beaten and filmed. Yes, that's how we knew that he was beaten. He was beaten and filmed by Segun Wire's family. Deserved to be bounced, in my opinion. What else do we have here?
How did you even know what IMO is?
That's the only one I know. Anything else I don't know. We saw a video of Zlatan the other day in his car telling his son to avoid street kids, that they were evil. We said he was dissing poor people unnecessarily. We all forgot then what happened when he didn't avoid Segun Wire in his car. He did not. That's the point. If not be saying na coded guy. Okay, I can't read this.
If not be saying na coded guy, this coffee throw tire. This coffee throw tire Bonham that year. Abi Segun Wire should go back and blame his mom because she caused the boys downfall. And like Zlatan said, he will help the boy once he knows right from bad. Hey, Zlatan, the boy is old now. You can help what?
But
this boy is old. Somebody that, look, let me tell you, his situation is worse now because he doesn't have an education. That means the street is training him. You don't know the vices he has now. A friend of mine took a boy off the street, all these Osanle. We all say, Titi, what are you doing? Oh, charity runs in our family. All my friends are charitable people. We left him. Tolu, this boy packed everything in our house. That year that we were still doing phone calls, she was doing recharge card business, selling recharge card. The boy packed all our money, packed all our recharge card, packed everything. This boy now has been living on the street. You want Zlatan to bring him into his space again and come with his vices?
So I want to say two things. So someone says Zlatan should forgive him. I think we often think that forgiveness means we let the person back in.
Yeah.
No. Forgiveness
forgive him more and be sending him to school again.
If you're a Christian and you believe in it, forgiveness is good. But forgiveness does not mean they get access to you.
To you again.
Forgiveness means you've let go, and forgiveness is for you, it's not for them. So let's make
I don't think
you can forgive and you can, and it's done. It doesn't mean
he can continue paying his school fees if God lays it on his heart and send him back to school.
The second point I want to make is something that psychology calls nature over nurture. You can take a child out of that kind of situation at a young age. But by the time they're a bit old, like this boy is now, nature has taken over. The nature has taken over because of how he was raised. There's no amount of nurturing unless there's an exceptional grace that breaks the bonds of nature. No, that breaks the bounds, that helps to break the bounds of nature, so that nurturing takes over. It's almost impossible.
That's what I'm saying. The boy has learned streets. He's going to come with all his
environment
into his present space.
Let me use a current example.
Especially if his mother still, his mother and family still has that.
Even if they don't steal, the way they trained him, obviously she trained him with greed. Even if he doesn't have any hold on him.
He's facing trial. I don't know if it has to do with murder, RICO, corruption, all that stuff. So the judge, a lot of people wrote in for him in Atlanta. The judge now said, okay, fine. One of the things that is part of your sentence is you can't go back to Atlanta, I think for like 10 years. I'm not sure it's 10 years. You can't go back to his hood. People started shouting, why would she say she can't go back to his hood? And somebody said, do you not understand what this woman is doing for him? removing him from the environment that made him this person. If hopefully in 10 years he's not around those people, he's not in that environment, he has an opportunity to change. We need to think about the environment many children in this country are being raised with. So that's why they grow up and they're becoming parents and adults with trauma.
And one thing I've also realized is, especially from one of the last comments that we read, is don't judge people by their perception of things, right? If Zlatan
the one
said
about
that to his child, it's maybe not okay to generalize, but we've seen people's experiences. Personally, right now, I don't give any kind of person money on the road. Never. I don't. I've always said, it's still something I'll buy. Many people will think I'm being wicked, but they won't understand that while I was younger, when I was in school, there was a time I gave a woman money and she threw it back at me and said, Kai, take your money, I don't want it. So I have attached that spiritual thing to it. You would never catch me dead, giving even a 1-year-old child on the road. Many people will translate it as, oh, it's wickedness, but you don't understand people's experiences.
I don't
what he said,
money.
what he said is obviously coming from a place of hurt. And so it's not.
I'd rather give street children food.
I don't. You would never catch
But when you give them money, they're going to go to their sedentary parents who are sitting under an umbrella.
Somewhere.
Do you know some of them have umbrella? Yes. And their children are shaft, their leaves are dry and parched in the sun. And they're in the shelter. No, I won't give them money, but I'll give them food. There's so many things to this thing.
I think we
and Nigerians can use God to do everything. Every bad behavior.
And then God to ask for forgiveness.
Ladies, there's another trending content that's coming from this time from home, from News Central. Not from Jasiri, but from Sonny Irabo Live. This past weekend, the host Sonny Irabo had legendary Nollywood actor Kanayo, or as many people call him, KOK, on the show. They talked about many things, but the one that caught many people's attention is KOK's comments on young women and marriage. Take a look.
There was a movie I made about 6 months ago. It had to do with young girls and what they go through. A young girl will be in the university at 18, 19, 20. She starts dating a very rich guy.
Sometimes very old too.
Sometimes very old. Then, what you see along the line is that because the guy is very rich, maybe married, she refuses advances of other younger people to her. Because this guy has either gotten her a car and a house. So to her, she's operating at a very high level.
Okay.
From 22, she goes on to 24, and maybe even if she quarrels with this guy, she gets the next guy. Before you know it, she turns 25, 26, unmarried, because she's refusing the advances of younger prospective husbands.
That's a very serious one.
I'm telling you of a story I treated. It's called After 33. Now, she gets into 29, 30. By that time, she has left the university. And men are no longer maybe finding her that attractive. So she gets into 31, husband is not coming. And what do you have? At 23 is a flex. Okay. At 28, Uncle Sonny, she becomes a prayer point. At 33, she is now declared a state of emergency. Because husbands will not come at that level of 33 years. And some of them get to 35. And you see them, and you still think that they are having fun. They're not having fun. They are now in a state of emergency, praying that God bring it.
Okay, so when I hear phrases like state of emergency, I hear phrases like prayer points. Blessings, what do you make of KOK's submissions on women from the ages of 23 to 33?
So, first of all, I'm sorry that this happened to someone you know, because you actually took it very, very personal. And I think that is the same thing that we were saying about generalizing people's experiences. Because obviously, this man will go about carrying that perception of every 33-year-old girl he sees, that, oh, this girl had wasted her life from 24 to 30 and now she's in a state of emergency. Not every girl is that. There are girls who have just not found their men, who will find their men. It's not that deep. It really isn't that deep.
I think it's more about culture. It's more about your generation. You know, when we were growing, I told you that there were many things I didn't even think possible. That you see the possibility of now. If I had seen the possibility of this kind of life, I probably would have taken it. So it's more of a generational thing. So I don't blame him. In our own time, honestly, after university, marriage is the next obvious thing they expect you to do. The people that didn't follow the norm in our time were seen as aberrations. They were seen as exceptions. If I saw were even seen as you are living alone, oh my God, your parents are even chastised that bring her back home, she can never. So he's speaking from his own generation. I know many 35-year-olds that are very confident about their lives. In fact, I even know people that they just started dating like when they were 32.
So I agree with the generation part of it, but I also think that men, even African men, they're lacking awareness in seeing that African women want a different reality. The next generation of African women, the millennial, the Gen Z, my daughter Gen Alpha, they say Gen Beta, I think we've entered it or we're entering it in the next few days, are not looking for the same things. So you are having a conversation, yes, at a point in time and even till now, why do we still make this marriage thing a women's desire only? Statistics show you that when men get married, their life improves. But when women get married, they take on more work. Who are the happiest people on earth according to studies? No, be me say amo. According to studies, married men and single, childless women. There's something going on. And I keep referring to this Pew Research study I saw because I'm looking at the trends and you might think it's in the West. It's happening here. I've had conversations with young Nigerian girls who say they're not interested in marriage. The institution of marriage does not look attractive to them in the form that it's being presented to them. They think that it is a prison. And the fact that we keep emphasizing that it is women that are getting married, it is women that are going to wherever they go to the altar to become a prayer point, and then you talk about people becoming a state of emergency. How is a 22-year-old going to sit down and listen to him and be like, oh, so this is this marriage thing? We need to have a conversation, and people need to leave. It's the ideas of their generation, but they need to realize that there is a new generation on ground, and they want different things in life. Marriage doesn't necessarily kill your ambition, but I won't lie to you. Marriage for a woman can affect your ambition. You either marry a supportive spouse, or it's sometimes better for you not to be married, because if you have dreams, you're going to have problems if your spouse is not supportive.
I genuinely feel for younger women who cannot hold their own, and I'm talking about people who easily get influenced, because walking about and seeing people say these kind of things, you will get to a point where you start seeing every man as marriage material.
Without appearing, they're marriage material because they're men, not because of their character.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying every man, like every man looks marriageable to you. You're just wondering, okay, can I manage it? Like you walk into a place, instead of you to enjoy yourself as a single woman, you're looking for the potential. Okay, they said I should marry. Who can I marry here? And most of the time, what you see is you see people getting into abusive marriages because they have a deadline. We no longer say, oh, you're this, you should be married, but subtly and very you start hearing prayer points. Oh, very soon, call me
this
for
thing
this, call me for...
saying is because when she says, they say it's time to get married. It's pressure also. It's families, we need to do better. Mothers, we need to do better. We know that there's a certain part of this Nigeria that they put premium times on getting married. That stamp, you must get married. It's a mantra that is chanted to you.
And the funny thing is, some people are not even... It does. Some people are not even after the marriage.
A lot.
Some people are actually after the children. They don't exactly want the marriage. That's why you see, okay, fine,
but I want us to quickly flip this. So he was focusing on women 23 to 30 maybe and saying that they don't want to date and marry their age mates. Let's also not forget that the men at that age, they're telling you they're not ready for marriage.
They're not ready.
That they're going to be ready maybe 5-6 years, but because they want to build themselves. So in that 5-6 years, I should be doing wifely duties on girlfriend designation, Abby. There's a conversation to be had. If neither party is ready for marriage, why are we constantly pushing it? And the moment you put pressure on girls, they're in their boyfriend's house, washing, sweeping, cooking. For somebody, they still do it. For somebody that will be ready in 5 years and it may not even be you he marries.
Honestly, I just think our women were raised, I'm raising my daughter differently. And I'm so happy every time I hear her talk. And I see the way she's charting her own course. I said marriage is part of the things you do in life. It's not the only thing.
It's an addition.
There are so many things that make you wholesome. Every time she's the top of her class, that's something you should celebrate. She's already a leader. She's the VP of our department.
She's our future diplomat.
She's our future diplomat. She has things she wants to do. My daughter is looking into schools in Switzerland. I never would have even It wasn't something I would have thought I could do. So that cannot be the only designation for women. At least many of us are proving them wrong. And that's the bad thing. Any woman that is opinionated or you're able to stand on your own, they see you as aggressive. They see you as you're a bad example. You are a bad example. But it's not true. I still love marriage. I love to care for a man. But that's just what I like to do. It's not like it's my duty. If you cannot meet me halfway, it's either we switch roles. I don't mind being outside. And if you are a guy that likes to do things that are more home-based, fantastic. If you like to go out and I want to sit at home and do my home-based things, it's the same thing. So both individuals equal.
Look, the truth is that everything is changing. The landscape itself is changing. We're moving into a new year. Things are evolving. And it's best we evolve with these times. Gen Beta, Alpha, Omega. See.
So my own thing is, what I'll just say is, as a single woman, you guys should stop, because it's beginning to, you're now putting us on the verge of violence. I remember somebody messaging me, a guy that had been on my neck for some years, and he messaged me. I put up a story and he said, why are you still single? And I responded, I said, you married a pseudo because I said no to you. I felt bad because it was an insult to his wife, but that's what he gets for coming at me like that. Because I mean, you've been pursuing me.
So he's married. Why is he asking why you're still?
He's married because I said no to him. So what you married is a substitute of me. So don't do that. You get. So you're pushing people to the verge of violence.
Let me borrow it.
All right, we gotta go. I know Lola wants to get into the next story, big last story, because it is of course a story in the entertainment world. But cross your fingers. Maybe if something develops, I can bring it back for you on Monday. But in the meantime, we have to wrap things up.
We're winding down now.
So thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone. They said, why shall you take me? Guys, I'm not confused today. All right. I think you can see why Fridays are special to us. Thank you so much for joining us for this last Hot Topic Special Friday of the year. We do not take your time and attention for granted. I hope we have earned the privilege of your time. We're heading into the last weekend of 2024. Please enjoy yourself and stay safe. We'll see you Monday at 10 a.m. Bye.